Welcome everyone, Dr. Thor here with another tour of a fascinating tool called Psychic Power 2, the first psi game of the new age. So I'm assuming this came out, I can't find any actual copyrights on it. Oops. So we're going to assume this came out around, one of the newer things that came out around the turn of the century. So, I mean, this goes in and teaches you everything you need to do. It's a very inclusive kit, and we usually have one of these available. I think we only have one left. They're still pretty difficult to find. This comes from Canada. That's why you have it in French and English. And it teaches you here radiothesia, magnetism, sensing energies from cards in particular through your hand, precognition. It shows you what you're using here. You're using pendulums, you're using cards, you're using the dice that come with this. Clairvoyance, psychokinesis, and telepathy. And you get all of these kind of things with it, and we're going to show you all of this. You get this cool board, which you see a drawing of. You get a bunch of cards, and of course you get this unique dice and wooden pendulums, which are fairly rare to find wooden pendulums. Some people like those. They have more earthy type energies to them. Now, this is not an instruction video. This is just showing you the tool. When you purchase anything from us, we include more detailed videos and audios telling you exactly how to use something in great detail. If we do that here, we're just going to lose everybody. The bottom line is that who cares unless you own the tool to get to intimate of what's in there. Now here's the actual dice, and you'll see that these are not your typical dice. These have images on them. Lightning, moon, earth, so forth. Natural type images of things that are in nature. You get these two cool wooden pendulums, something you generally, as you said, don't see. We do sell some, but wooden pendulums are not frequently seen out there, but I guess they wanted to keep that in the theme. You get 36 cards. Now, these relate to things that are on the board, and you do that. So you got these cards here. These are nice cards. And again, what I like is they don't have the common Zener type nonsense, which are so boring. And so you get these cards. There's 36 of them, so that you can play with 3 people. There's all sorts of interesting cards here with patterns. And these are all on the board because there's a whole way of using this. And so that's quite cool. So it's very nice. Again, these are hard to find out there in general. Watch our links below. Let's turn this over here. I can see the front again. It's got this very cool Psychic Power 2 on there with the eyes and the energy coming out of the third eye there. Quite cool. Here's the instruction booklet telling you what you get and description of the equipment, the usual stuff. But it gives you step-by-step information on how to actually develop radiothesia, magnetism, clairvoyance, telepathy. Now, this is like getting a book, but a much more interesting and fun than trying to follow through in someone's very boring book. And you don't have tools with books. This is a tool, and I keep telling people, if you don't have tools, if you're not physically working with something, you're never going to get ahead. You can't do everything in your mind, and it's always nice to have something that someone else produced for a particular purpose, professionally made, to work with. It makes you more serious. If you make something by hand, you make your own cards and stuff like this, well, the problem with that is that it's not taken as seriously because somebody else didn't make this for a purpose. Now, this was done by some very serious people. They also set up at that time in Quebec, Psychic Power Club, and you could join that for $5 at the time. Now, this is obviously 20 years or more ago. So they were very serious. They set up this club where people could work together and exchange information, and they sent out a little newsletter. So, this is very serious again. This isn't some... and again, I hope nobody's looking at these things as, oh, it's a game board, it's a toy. These are tools, so like anything else. And done by people who are really into all this stuff. And, this isn't just done by somebody. And somebody put a lot of time and energy to make these things and put them out so that you would have a professional. Now, this is a professional tool. These are the type of things that were actually used by psychic training centers. And a lot of the psychic trainers who were kind of ignorant, including people like Russell Targ and Tart and other people, and the people even at the Princeton Institute for Engineering that studied all this, didn't know of these things. They made their own stuff, which I think is terrible. But that's very typical of the schmientists, and particularly the parapsychologists, that are so disconnected with the public and knowing what's out there and trying to get tools out to the general public and using them themselves. They should be promoting stuff like this when this was out. Yet they don't do any of that, or they make their own little electronic things because I guess they're bored. So there's lots of these types of things out there. We keep bringing them to you. This is available, at least at the time of this recording. Check the link below. Make sure you like this video, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. So it's very important to keep our work going, that we have people that will follow what we're doing and look at these tools. And of course, as I said, this is not a training. This is just showing you what it is. When you purchase anything from us, you get a unique sigil. The sigil empowers you psychically so you function at a high level. You simply put your photograph on that sigil and it starts working for you. So it's a great extra thing. You get that with all of our tools. You also get further audio and video training specifically on how to use a tool. So that's very, very important. You're not just getting this. This is not, as I said, nothing that I present here is really training, unless it's something very simple we're doing. This is to view the tools that you are, what they look like, and kind of a historical record of all this stuff for future, to look what was made out there, etc. So I hope you enjoyed this, and we have much more to come.